Alright, my name's Schuster and I'm back with another pickup. This time it's from Mercari. I picked up the black cement Jordan 3s. And I got these for a pretty good price. I think they started out like at $50 and then the seller dropped the price. Yeah, he dropped the price to $40 and I had some credit on Mercari. And I got them for $26.40. So you don't always have to go to eBay. I use Mercari a lot there. It's more for people that want to sell their stuff quick. Like somebody that needs money real quick. They go on there and post their stuff and they sell really quickly, because I've sold over $3,000 worth of stuff on there already. So I use it pretty often. And I picked these up. The condition's pretty good on them. They're just dirty and they need some little touch-ups here and there, but overall the shape is pretty good on them. And what I'm really gonna do is a midsole repaint on these. I think that's like the major thing that these need, because the leather's good on them. There's no chipping or holes or anything in it. It's just they need little touch-ups like here. And on the elephant print, I'm gonna get a paint marker or something and maybe a toothpick and Angela's paint to fix it, the little fading it has. And like I said, I'm gonna strip all this off, all this paint. It looks like somebody tried to do it already, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all this. Bottoms are pretty good. They're not too much drag on them. Yeah, the stars are mostly gone on that. Mostly in this area here. The backs are okay. It's not too bad. As long as the foam ain't showing on the bottom, so we're good to go on there. Tongues are dirty. I don't know if that's a scuff or that's going to come off or not. If not, then I'll have to paint that. Inside of the shoe, they're extremely dirty. I just pulled these out of the box. I haven't cleaned them yet, so what I'm going to be doing is, oh, it looks like it's got 2 insoles. Yeah, this one's going to be thrown away. I've got new insoles for these, so I'm going to throw that away. Let's see what the other insole looks like. So orange insole, it looks like it has a Timberland logo on it. So I may keep these for another shoe, but they're not going to be on these. I got new insoles for these, new Jordan 3 insoles. So you see the inside there is pretty dirty. Let's take a look at the other shoe. And it came with cardboard shoe trees. So here's the other shoe here. Same issues as the right shoe, just needs little paint touch-ups, but these are going to be fully repainted. This one is not as bad as the other shoe. It's got the same scuff marks here. Shoelaces, they're gonna be replaced. I don't like these. They're too long, I think. And they got a knot in them. So the back, let me see if that's cracked. I don't know. No, it's just scratches. I thought it had a crack in it, but it's just scratched up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all this paint off, and then we'll get started. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and wash these and let them dry overnight, and then I'll be back when they're fully clean. So give me a minute. Alright, so here they are after they've been washed and cleaned. And I'm showing you what they look like now after they've been dried for a couple of days. Especially the elephant print, that took about 3 days to fully dry. But after they dried, I went ahead and fixed them. I used a toothpick and some flat black Angela's paint to fix all the faded elephant print, the black lines. There was a lot missing, especially like in this area here. And here on the back, there's little corners right there. And right here too, all this was, I had to repaint this whole piece right here. But everything's done on it. I got new insoles in there. They match the same gray as that. I don't remember what these came out of, but since I seen there was a kind of like the same color gray, went ahead and threw them in there because there's like little wear on them, so they fit perfectly in there. So here's the other one. I fixed this one. The front was missing all this right here. This part too, I painted right there, and I painted right there. This little area here. And a little bit there, I remember. It was faded here. Alright, so here's what it looks like after I stripped the midsole paint. All I used was Dad's Easy Spray and an old paintbrush. Just put it on there and I waited like 5 seconds. And I used a paint scraper just because it gets in between all these little lines and it takes the paint off real easily. And that's what I did. I did a little sections at a time like this and then like that. Did it all the way around the back and all the paint came off. And then after that, I took some cotton balls and rubbing alcohol. I just went over it a couple times. Take off whatever was missed. The little specks of paint that were missed, but everything came off. So what I'm gonna do now is, like this part here, I'm gonna sand it down because those cracks right there will show up when you do a repaint. Let's see if I can get it to focus on. So you can see what I'm talking about. See, like this right here, it'll show up when you repaint it. So I'm gonna sand that down so it's nice and even, and then I'll get to painting. I'm thinking it's gonna take around 10 layers of white to get it the right amount of layers, and then the black up here, maybe 2 to 3 coats, and then put the finisher on there and then spray with a high gloss clear because it's supposed to be glossy. And then after that, I'll start doing the tabs. You can see I've already been wiping it down, but it looks like it's gonna have to be repainted, so I'm gonna have to remove everything and do the paint over. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this next part. Alright, so here's where we're at now. This one is about, I'll say about 90% done. And the paint's completely finished. I just need to add finisher to the white part. Maybe a couple of coats of clear, the matte clear spray paint. And then I gotta make this glossy, the black part. So I'll be hitting that with the high gloss clear. And that'll be the end of that. I just want to show you how it comes out. Remember the cracking that it had? And this is why you want to do thin coats. And I don't remember exactly how many I did. I think I stopped at 7. But that's what it came out like, thin coats. That way the paint will stay flexible and it won't crack on you. And you can see the parts that were worn out here, they're gone. And what I'm gonna be doing now is going in to some high detail and getting these little pieces here that the tape covered up. And what I can use there is maybe a toothpick to get in there with the black paint before I start doing the clear spray paint. So that's pretty good. Look, no airbrush, no nothing's all done by hand. I cleared up the air bubble or air unit, so now it's not foggy at all. So that's pretty much it. I just need to go back, like I said, and clean up the little edges. But for the most part, it came out really good. There's no brush strokes or anything like that. So you really don't need an airbrush when you do this. You can do it by hand and it'll come out just as good as I'm showing you here. So I did a little touch-up paint there and there. I still can't find an exact match for that color, but at least this looks better than having the big dark circles there. So I'm gonna keep mixing paint because I need to get this exact color down to do the back part, like right here. Do that. And I need to get around this midsole here because it's very yellow and it didn't come off with the deoxidization. It still had yellow stains to it. But the toe cap came out pretty good. Came out pretty white. So I don't know if I need to go over it maybe with one coat of paint just to match up with the midsole. I may do one light coat, not more than that. And also started working on the heel drag here. See, I got a good layer of the rubber there. So I think one more layer should do it so I can even out the back. See where it's not even, I need to add a little piece right here. And that'll even it out, and then add a little bit more here before I start sanding it down. And see, I was trying to match that color, but I can't get it. So it's a little too dark. I need to find something, maybe like a light gray, and then add more white to it to get this. I don't know. I'll keep mixing up colors to see what I can get. There's a look at the new insoles I'll put in there. The back is gonna have to be repainted. I tried cleaning it up, but it still has these white smudges on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint it black and then spray it with the matte finisher. And that'll take care of this one. I also repainted the bottom white where it was dark black like this. It looked like that, so I went ahead and painted it, cleaned it up, and that's what it looks like now. So with this shoe, I went ahead and used the Dad's Easy Spray, got everything off in like 5 minutes, completely stripped that midsole. And then this is 2 coats of white. So it's coming out pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these to where they look like that. And then with this one, I'm gonna be doing the, like I said, the matte finish here and high gloss back there. And then wrap it up with the finished product. And I found my hang tags. They go here. I'm gonna stick one on there when I'm done. And I ordered some new laces, and hopefully they come in by the time I wrap this video up, because I'm taking my time with this, because the shoelaces are coming from China. I found some shops online, and I might do a separate video on that where they sell all the custom laces that companies over here are selling for like $13, $14. They got them over there for like $3 or $4. So I may do a video on that if they don't come in on time. But if you still see these laces on here when I'm finished with the video, then that means that they still didn't get here. So that's another video coming anyway. So let me go ahead and finish these off and wrap up this video. So well, hang on, I'll be back in a minute with the finished shoe. Alright, so we're back with the finished shoes. Let's take a look at them. We'll look at the left shoe first. And as you can see, everything's been done to them. I even added the little hang tag to it like I said I was going to do. Midsole's completely repainted all around. And like I just showed you, I ended up stripping the whole thing. It just started from scratch. No airbrush, all done by hand. No brush strokes in the paint or anything. Just take your time with it. And thin layers is the key to a successful paint job. You don't want to cake the paint on because it will crack and peel again. But if you do it in thin coats, the paint is flexible and it's not going to crack on you. So here's a look at the right shoe. Like I said, I fixed all the elephant print where it had fading, and I went back and repainted all the little pieces that were faded here, and I fixed the back tab. If you want to take a closer look at it, and what I did to it is I used acetone to wipe it down, but I left a bunch of marks on there and they would not come off. So what I did was I just painted over the whole back tab with 2 thin layers of flat black paint. And then first I did the white. I redid the Jumpman and the air because some of the paint got on here, which is why I went ahead and used acetone on it. But after that, I finished painting them, you can't even tell. And I didn't even spray any of the matte clear spray paint in it. I just left it alone. So that's how it looks. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But if you want more protection, I guess you could, but I didn't bother with it. And here's the front of the shoes. You can still see there's some little imperfections there where I still can't get an exact match for that color, but who knows, maybe there's one out there. I haven't found it yet. But the top part, the uppers of the shoes I think they're in great condition. There's nothing really wrong with them. There's no tears in it or anything. It's just the soles that are worn on these. But I did go ahead and pick up some leather conditioner, but it hasn't came in yet. So when it comes in, I'm gonna redo these shoes. Right now I just put a little something on there to give it a little bit of shine, because it looked really dull because I had to repaint the uppers and the flat black paint, and I like these to look glossy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that when that comes in. The soles, you can see here where I did the repair job on the side. I added more rubber so it's not hitting the ground anymore. You can see it there. And I added some paint to it so it was very yellowed. Here's the other side of it. And here's the repair job on this side. So I'm pretty happy how they came out. Also repainted the bottom white here. I went over it with acetone just to get some of the staining off, and then hit it with the white, so like when you sit down it'll show white like that. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up on these. Took a little bit of work, it wasn't too hard, but overall they turned out pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and call it a video, and we'll see what else I can come up with, what other projects I got coming up. So I'll see you on the next one.